Thank you very much, guys. Now, listen to this. We're bringing it back to the kitchen now. From the humble Murray biscuit dunked in our tea to the legendary tennis biscuits used in our cheesecake bases, Bakers have been a part of our lives and recipes for an incredible, listen to this, 170 years. Now, in honor of this iconic household staple and their momentous 170th birthday.
Wow.
Oh, it's a big one. We're celebrating by bringing you a dish that's not only a perfect winter warmer, you're going to love it for that, yes, but also a great way to create and share memories with your loved ones. And Graeme is standing by to share a recipe that'll put a smile on your face and mine and a love, lots of love in your tummy. The Baker's original pineapple pudding. Wow,
Yeah.
Graeme.
Well, this
What a way
is
to
kind of
start
like,
the week.
this is incorporating two originals. I mean,
Yeah.
170 years means we've grown up with Bakers,
Yeah.
okay? This is special to me for two reasons, okay? First of all, my mom makes a fresh pineapple pudding that I absolutely adore, okay?
You got my
Which I
full
love.
attention.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something that she will make at special occasions because she knows how much I love it. So that's beautiful, but
Yeah.
we also, growing up, my mom and I would devour nutty crust and ginger nut. Not necessarily together, but we would buy a box and literally obliterate it in a day. It was like one of our favorite things to share and delve into. So I spoke to our amazing foodie team and said, how can I combine these two nostalgic kind of joys in my life?
Bring
and
them
we have created the most
together.
beautiful pineapple dessert. It is incredible and it's perfect for winter. It's got all the spices and the joy and love that you're going to need. So I'm going to start it right off here.
It's like a hug, basically.
It is.
Oh,
It really
You're gonna
is,
love
man.
this one, yeah.
It's lovely and it's comfort food, yes, but it's banging with flavor. And the key is it's got a lovely arrangement of spices and beautiful fruit that are going to just caramelize. So I'm going to start with the butter.
Okay.
And you want the butter. And I mean, I know we're using nutty crust and ginger nut.
Yes.
You can use any biscuits that you love.
So you can take any two of, you know, obviously different flavors and tastes of your favorite
You could
Baker's
use 5.
originals.
You could do as many as you want. You could
That's
do
it. Clearly, it sounds
10,
like the type of
3,
recipe for
5.
you to experiment with and play with. So you got your butter going in there.
Okay, so
do you
what
add
I'm-
your pineapple pieces straight after the butter?
Yeah, no, what I want to do here is caramelize the pineapple because it's got a nice high sugar content in it. So before I start making the sauce, I want this to start caramelizing, and you can smell the caramel, literally. It's almost like I'm making a caramel sauce here, and you can see it starting to blacken and brown a little bit.
That
and you
aroma's filling
want
up
that
the
before
kitchen.
you add the rest of. So now I'm going to add our spices, cinnamon, nutmeg,
Stuns.
and allspice. And again, you can play around with flavors and spices that you like, but I want those to coat and I want those flavors to really
I must say,
infuse.
for me, I really do
Oh,
enjoy
it's
the
popping.
combination of spices coming through with the sweetness. That combo always is a winning one when you have spices with fruit. Ooh,
And it's kind of like, you know, when you like to cook a curry, you first kind of roast your spices and activate the flavors in that. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm doing this probably a little quicker than I would ordinarily do it in the kitchen. This process, maybe about 5 minutes and then 10 minutes on this side of the drawer. So now I've got my apple. I think this is probably 3 apples.
So after you've coated your pineapple. Great.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
cool.
you're going to let those flavors sing. Then a bit of water, and what we're doing now is we are creating the sauce, and this is going to really thicken and turn into the most indulgent
Look at that boy.
caramel.
Love it. Oh,
And
yes.
the thing is here is, and this will probably take you about 10 minutes, I think, for the sauce to really thicken and cook through. You know, in a sense, you're almost kind of stewing the fruit a little bit.
Nice and slowly as
And
well.
this
You've got to
is
be a
great.
bit patient with it because obviously the apple does take a while to sort of soak up all
And you
of
want it to kind of
the
soften and
juices. You
ready.
want that.
It is going to go in the oven as well for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on. But we're going to really let this kind of cook out and cook through. And if the sauce gets too thick too quickly, just add a little bit of water. Just keep adding a little bit of water.
So you want to make sure that you really do pace yourself with this one. Listen, what we've done is we made it really, really easy for you at home. If you want to get this, clearly very much a classic in Graeme's sort of household, you can get that on our website. It's expressoshow.com. We've loaded that with all the ingredients you're going to need to be able to bring it together. I can hear that boil. It's bubbling.
But you can see it's starting to caramelize. It's going to be a beautiful syrupy texture. So what we would do is then once the fruit has kind of gotten, you'll see when it's softened up nicely and that sauce has really been infused with all of those flavors.
Look at that.
You layer it in your oven-proof dish.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your biscuit coating. You can quickly mix in some oats there as well.
So
just to give
oats
it a
going
little bit
into the
more body.
biscuits,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just going to give it a bit more body and crunch. And as I said, you can go with chocolates. You can go with Baker's
Make it
tennis
make
biscuits,
it
whatever biscuit you enjoy the most. but for me, this really does work. That goes on top, then you pop it in the oven 10 minutes later, and you are winning.
Love it.
Life.
But, you know, this is the perfect dessert to make, you know, as a treat at home, and you can treat whoever your loved ones are. If you are even hosting maybe over the weekend, or even for that like midweek indulgence, perfect anytime. Honestly, it's a winner.
Yeah, man, you could also do it in smaller little ramekins, make beautiful individuals, finish it off with some whipped cream, with some custard, with some ice cream, whatever your favorite flavor profile is. I would also maybe recommend working in a little bit of orange or lemon zest. And just to kind of add a different layer of freshness. But you can see the fruits are now starting to stew beautifully here. They've got that beautiful caramel touch. As I said, to finish it off, literally, this goes into the dish. You cover it with your beautiful chocolate, your biscuity kind of covering, and throw it in the oven 10 minutes, 180 degrees.
Look at what the finished product looks like. I mean, that is a dream. Looks so, so good, and it's not taken much time to make, but if you missed any of the steps involved in bringing all of this to life, we've prepared a recap for you. Check this out.
Made with love for 170 years.